Now, Forbes has just come out with its annual list of billionaires. The usual names are on top, as you would expect. LVMH's Bernard Arnault, whose family is worth some cool $233 billion. Then you've got the likes of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, the usual suspects. There were also some high-profile newcomers this year too. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the luxury shoe designer Christian Louboutin, and a woman who's made quite a bit of news lately. Me by Taylor Swift there, of course, and she really is one of a kind. The first musician to make the Forbes list of billionaires based solely on her songs and performances. Chase Peterson Withorn is the senior editor of Forbes, and he joins us now. Chase, we'll talk about Taylor Swift, but let's just take a step back because the list has clearly expanded this year, and for the most part, people are getting significantly richer too.
Yeah, that's right. It's a banner year for billionaires all around the world. We found 2,781 of them, which is easily the most we've ever found, and they're richer than they've ever been. Billionaire wealth is something like $14.2 trillion in total, which is $2 trillion more than just a year ago. So great year for billionaires.
Wow, a $2 trillion jump on 2023. Impressive. Let's talk about the usual suspects. I mentioned it there. Normally what they're doing is sort of jockeying for position. Bernard Arnault of LVMH, and then you have the likes of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Though I have to say the gap's widening between Bernard Arnault and what we're seeing from Elon Musk, of course, in part due to the performance of Tesla.
Yeah, that's right. So Arnault is $38 billion richer than Elon Musk in second place this year. And its LVMH stock is doing great. It was an up year for Arnault, and it is not going quite as well for Musk, who's of course doing just fine. But Tesla shares are down from their high. His investment in Twitter has been not the best business decision, maybe from a pure dollar standpoint. And he lost some stock options he might be having to give up. So it's not as good of a year for Musk.
Yeah, but as you said, they're still doing pretty fine. You could still lose count of the billions that we're talking about. What I also loved in the report is that we've got a whole section on the billionaires getting rich from AI. And obviously we mentioned Sam Altman of OpenAI, but there's a whole host of them that are and have had a game-changing year in terms of wealth as a result of the financial gains of AI and the optimism.
Yeah, it's been it's a great year for billionaires. It's a really great year if you have anything to do with artificial intelligence. There are tons of new billionaires who have joined the ranks, who have AI companies or who are using AI heavily in their companies, or people who are running businesses that are producing semiconductors or cloud storage space, things like that. AMD's Lisa Su is new. Sam Altman you've mentioned. But also, it's been really good for existing tech billionaires, even, because the rising tides have sort of lifted their boats as well. And so the biggest gainer of all is Mark Zuckerberg, who, Meta is not directly an AI company, but, they're making investments in AI. And they're certainly benefiting from all this investor enthusiasm for companies that will be able to employ AI. And so, Zuck is $116 billion richer than he was last year. So if you can have any attachment to AI whatsoever, you're seeing some dollar signs this year.
Yeah, just mention it. It might be worth it, and that will also perhaps add to your net wealth as well. It was nice actually that you mentioned some of the women that are also gaining in this sphere as well, which I like. Lisa Su, as you mentioned, key among those at AMD. Talk to me about Taylor Swift then, because this is perhaps one of the most exciting new entrants, not the first musician, but the first to do this solely with the songs that she's producing and obviously direct associations with that.
Yeah, exactly. So there's more and more money to be made in music these days if you're at the top. We've seen these huge sales of catalogs over recent years. And also, the money you can make touring can be pretty substantial. But, most celebrities who become billionaires, they have other business ventures. Kim Kardashian has Skims, Rihanna has Fenty. But Taylor Swift is the first person to do it just off of raking in money touring, recording, and of course, famously re-recording her way to the billionaires list. So yeah, she's new, and we have her at about 1.1 billion at age 34. So plenty of room to grow.
She's not doing badly. How do you calculate all these individuals' worth, by the way? Because
Yeah.
obviously a lot of them have interest in stocks, but some of them simply don't. So how do you collate all the information to judge?
Yeah, it's a huge investigative project. Of course, we are looking at publicly traded stocks. We're also digging deep into any sort of filings we can find, legal filings, regulatory filings, annual reports. We're interviewing these billionaires directly. We're interviewing, their business partners. We're interviewing industry sources, and then we're trying to figure out what their public companies are worth, but also their private companies, what their yachts are worth and their jets. And I mean, if there's anything out there that people are buying and selling, there are people who help them buy and sell it. And so we're talking to those people. So when we go to value a private island, we call, the private island guy that everybody's buying and selling their private islands from.
This is true forensic accounting.
Yeah.
Chase. And congratulations, by the way, to India, which set the record, didn't they, for 200 billionaires as well. We've run out of time. Great to chat to you. Thank you for the work. Fascinating. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to talk to you.